I've always opined that crime, any kind of crime for that matter, is not an exclusive of a particular tribe in Nigeria. In every race, anywhere and everywhere in the world, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly. So that is why it is not good to profile people along ethnic or tribal lines. Then again, number two is that the civil defense had shown that it will no longer be business as usual. And one thing I like particularly from the when the suspects were paraded yesterday was that the commandant made it abundantly clear that that operation was inspired by valuable intelligence. We've always talked about how sharing intelligence with relevant security agencies, it's always very important. Whatever you're dealing with, insecurity, criminality, and all that. The truth of the matter is that officers and men of the different security agencies are actually not spirits. They are humans like you and I, and they don't possess the ability of omnipresent. So they can't be everywhere at all times. But we have Nigerians everywhere at all times. So when you see something, you cultivate the habit of say something when you say something, especially something suspicious, something unusual, you not only be helping yourself, you'll be helping the entire society. So we'll just wait. And, when these suspects were paraded yesterday, the commandant said they are spreading their dragnets. They are not stopping at just those guys, the vandals themselves, who were arrested. They are going after the sponsors. They are going after the receivers of stolen goods. So it's the way to go about it. Clamp down on the entire value chain of that criminal enterprise. When you do that, then you're about winning that war. And I think we're on the right path on this matter now. Israel.
Well, Honorable, you did mention rightly what we have on our hands, and it's something to be worried about because less than 72 hours, it was just on Friday, the NSCDC came up with that riot act and said going forward, this will be the modus operandi. Less than just 72 hours, you have an arrest that was made, and one that's affect a lot of people. One of the things that made me happy about the arrest that was made is these individuals were not just vandalizing public assets, government infrastructure. They were vandalizing private infrastructure. So it shows that when the NSCDC said they will be going beyond just government infrastructure to also look at private infrastructure, they really mean it, and it's good because people have complained oftentimes that a lot of attention are paid to government infrastructure, public infrastructure, and little are being paid to private facilities. And these guys that vandalize properties, they don't just limit themselves to only government infrastructure. They go after private individuals in the society too. And so when we see 8 of them being arrested yesterday, it shows that yes, the NSCDC is matching our words with action, and it's something to commend and to be happy about. And like the Honorable said, to say we're going to clamp down on everyone involved in that ecosystem, that is also a cherry news. Because when you say criminality thrives, it does not thrive just with the thieves alone. There are a lot of people in that chain of logistics for criminality to thrive. That's why we say it's an ecosystem. And that's why it's good also that they are clamping down on everybody involved. I remember when we were listening to Said Ayinla the other day, and it was mentioning the list of individuals in that value chain when it comes to condemned iron materials. It listed a couple of them. Yesterday also listed a couple of those who could be involved when it comes to vandalizing public assets, those who provide logistics support, even internal collaborators, those who are within the communities. And we say, oh, don't worry, I know the time they close in that place, we will go to that place, we will vandalize it. All individuals involved in that ecosystem will have their day in court as long as the long arm of the law catches up with them. And I think it's the right thing to do. We need to send a strong message to people. Let them know that yes, as something new is happening, there is a change in posture, there is a change in thinking, and there's a change in enforcement. Enforcement has always been the weaker link. People say, will there be consequences for action? I think that is the next line of action. Most scholars yesterday said, oh, when you arrest these people, as you are entering into the police custody, they are coming out with you. I think there should be a bigger collaboration now with the NSCDC and the judiciary. It shouldn't be a case where security agencies work, and after doing their work, the judiciary finds a loophole to let go
of justice administration system. Yes,
find a loophole to let go of these people. If these people have done something wrong by law, what does the law say? We should go after it. However, we should also understand that some offenses are bailable offenses. The fact that these people were bailed does not necessarily mean they will still be going back to report to the police or even go to court. So some offenses are bailable.
Jail, yeah.
Exactly. Some offenses are bailable. So when you say, oh, the moment they are apprehended, they are released, it could come with the provision of bail. However, regardless of whether there is bail or not, is the fact that they must have their day in court. Whatever they have done that is wrong, the long arms of the law should catch up with them. We have the voices of our Saidi Ayinla this morning. Also.
Just before we go to the voices of Saidi Ayinla, you see, what I'm loving most about this happening is the fact that here in Edo State, a large statement is being made now. Just within the last 1 week, we've had reasons to discuss this matter. And each time we have come, there is a new development, a developing development to it. And the statement, all of this is sending is that for those involved in that nefarious activity of condemned ions, scrap metals, and what have you, and for the vandals themselves, I think they are quaking in their boots wherever they are now, knowing fully well that it's no longer, business as usual, that there is no safe haven for them, that the searchlight is beamed on them now. So they will either repent totally and quit their bad habits, or they might just be thinking of relocation. What you take away from this is that it also tells you, maybe some years ago, even some months ago, some persons might want to quit the NSCDC. What do they even do, Seth? We don't hear anything about them. The water exactly is their function. But in the last 5 days or thereabout, I don't think anybody in Edo State can say that. I don't think there has been any other agency, public agency, that has enjoyed or hogged the limelight as much as NSCDC in the last 5-6 days or thereabout in Edo State. So what that says is that no agency is actually meant to be in obscurity. You can only be in obscurity when you are not functioning, when you are not carrying out your mandate. But look at since when NSCDC has decided to jump onto this matter, tackle it, because it's right on the purview of the civil defense, protection of critical assets, infrastructure, and all of that. Look at how, even when they don't solicit it, they are involved in things happening that you cannot help but report their activities. So it's a major takeaway too. And I think for other agencies too that have been created to provide one service or another, they can take a leaf from this. Just be functional. Just do your job. And then suddenly everybody will realize that, man, these guys are here, they're functioning,
All right, so it's time for you all to be a part of the show this morning. Call us up on 0705 512 9881 or 0705 5727 881, 0705 512 9881 or 0705 5727 881, 0902 672 2592, 0902 672 2592.
Thank you so much. Quickly, let me say, I like the fact that when Israel was speaking earlier, he mentioned something like, some offenses are bailable. That it took someone to the police station or someone was arrested, it doesn't mean that that person will stay perpetually in detention. If the offense or the crime the person has committed, it's bailable by nature. We have provisions in our law books that guarantee those kind of things. That you can't stop those persons from being granted bail. You cannot stop them from being granted bail. Then another thing is that I just hope that Saidi Ayinla Akintayo is listening. I like it when people are expressing skepticism. In my personal life, what skeptics have done to me is that each time I've been faced by skeptics who undermine my prospects or my chances, I think it gives me an extra chip on my shoulder to go all out and achieve things. So it's good that some persons are thinking that, well, this is just a ruse, this will fizzle out, they will not be able to, Nigeria, it will not happen. I would like a situation where one day they can come back to say, and I didn't believe at the initial stage, but this is the reality. But at the moment, when an agency is doing something, and that thing is perceived to be the right things to do, I think commendation is in order. We should not greet them with so much skepticism. When you do that, don't weaken the hands of the men who are rebuilding the fallen walls of Jerusalem. Don't do that. You are not Sanballat.